Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pocono Raceway for the 11th race of the NAMAR Mountain Dew Code Red Series, Season 3. On the front row for heat number 1 is Eli Bright and Hunter Braxton. I almost said Andrew Rich because the car looks similar from this angle. But it's Hunter Braxton to the outside of Eli Bright. Row 2, Ryan Brommer and Joshua Sekuli. Row 3, Jonathan Zorlin and Casey Nanako. Row 4, we have Sky Commons to the inside of Bobo Jones. And in row 5, we have Benjamin Ice and Cole Deaver. There's Andrew Rich in row 6. So let's go through the rest of the starting lineup. There's row 6, 7, 8, row 9, row 10, 11, and 12. So this is our first race back on a track longer than a mile since race 5 of Nashville. We now have 2 drivers with multiple main event wins on the season. Matthew Logan has gone back-to-back to get his 2 wins, joining Dylan Young, who has won at Nashville and Bristol. Let's start up the engines for heat number 1.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines have been fired. Hunter Braxton won his 3rd heat race of the season at Nazareth. So he became the first to do that. So we'll see if anyone is going to join him. It would have to be Brommer or Andrew Rich, who have both won 2, or Johnny Gardner and Cement Oskin, who are in Heat 2 with 2 heat wins apiece. Green flag has just been flown for Heat 1. Reminder, we still don't do cautions. I expect pit stops from these drivers, but time will tell. Now these cars will drive Pocono a little differently than usual. They tend to brake a lot harder for the beginning of the corner and try and accelerate through the rest of it. At least they did in NRSL. We'll see if that stays true here for the Code Red Series. Horsepower is going to really come into play along with chassis grip because it's 3 completely different corners. I saw the qualifying times for this heat, and Eli Bright was a full second faster than Donovan Cage on the qualifying times. So Bright leads the field, Braxton 2nd, Brommer 3rd, Zorlin 4th, Sekuli 5th, Common 6th, Ice 7th, Johnson 8th, Nanako 9th, and Bobo Jones is trying to hold off Cole Deaver for 10th. Looks like through the tunnel turn, Deaver will take that position. As battle up front, Ryan Brommer has flown by Braxton for 2nd, and now he flies by Bright for the lead. It's Jonathan Zorlin. Looks to gain some positions. And I only mentioned it a few minutes ago, but Hunter Braxton got his 3rd heat win of the season. The other 2 drivers, the other 4 drivers with multiple heat wins on the year include Andrew Rich at 2, Ryan Brommer at 2, and then from Heat 2, Cement Oskin and Johnny Gardner, both who went back-to-back for their 2 heat wins. So far so good for Ryan Brommer. How about Jonathan Zorlin in 2nd? Ford has not won a heat race in Heat 1 since Atlanta. That was race 2. Chevrolet has won races 3, 2, 10. Toyota still looking for their 1st heat win. You've got Sky Commons in 6th place right now. You've also got Benjamin Ice running in 7th, but I think he just lost that position to Marty Johnson, and he did indeed. So 193 miles an hour into turn one. It's the longest straightaway that we've tackled to date. And you can just see how much difference there is in speed through 3 laps. Best time is a 53.9 at the front, but at the back, it's a 54.9 on the bottom end. So a full second of comparison from front to rear. So Sorlin got that heat win back at Atlanta for Ford. The Fords have done a lot better in Heat 2. And as mentioned, Toyota has still yet to get a heat race victory. Coming to lap 5, Zorlin will peek to the inside at first, no help, but Braxton will make a move on Bright, and these two will go into turn 1. Braxton clears Bright with ease, but Zorlin's got a little more of a fight from Ryan Brommer. And that doesn't tell you who's got a fast race car. I don't know what would. So Sorlin backs out. Braxton had third, but Bright challenging back. You can just see right here down this straightaway. Look at how far out the field has gotten. When Sorlin got tight or something there. Braxton to his inside now for second. Down the long straightaway once again, 5 laps in to this 10-lap heat race. Let's go to the back of the field. And at the back right now, the bottom 4 are Shane Beckett, Donovan Cage, Slade Jagger, and Bacco Magora. Just inside the field right now is Adam Flickinger in 20th, so not a good running right now for Adam Flickinger at all. Don't think he expected to be back here. Just in front of him is Frodemar Otts and Brian Tremblay. Tremblay missed his first race of the season last week. And so far it doesn't look like anyone's going to join that club. We're coming into Pocono with 16 drivers making every race on the season so far. Now pit stops could change things drastically. We've seen that in the past. But with 4 to go, it's unknown if we will see anyone come to pit road. As Adam Flickinger's looking for 19th place from Brian Tremblay. And it appears Tremblay will lose that position. Here comes Shane Beckett looking for 20th. Remember, Beckett is the only driver who's made just 1 start on the season. The next least amount of starts goes to Alexander Rowe at 3 and Bacco Magora at 4. Donovan Cage has made 9 of the 10 races, while Slade Jagger has made 7. And here we go, pit stops. Pit stops on lap 7 of 10. Cage goes a little to the outside, and it looks like the entire field has come down on the same lap, so no differentiating strategy here. It looks like Sorlin just took the lead from Ryan Brommer. So let's see what kind of strategy we get from the field here. Right sides are going up. Oh, there's contact in the back between Quinton Moore and Martin Wild, and that's going to take somebody out of this thing. Right side's only for Zorlin. Looks like right side's only for everybody. And problems there for Martin Wild. Significant right side damage. Not sure what the dealio was there, but he will be out of the race. Tremblay comes out 23rd, Magora 22nd, and Beckett 21st with Otts before him. Slade Jagger gains positions on pit road. So he will be in the top 20. Deaver has dropped. Donovan Cage gained positions on pit road. So we'll see who gained, who dropped. Looks like Marty Johnson had a good stop. Meanwhile, Jonathan Zorlin has pulled away. We're going to bring the ticker back up here. So with 2 to go, Jonathan Zorlin in lead of Heat 1. Braxton in second. Is he going faster? Maybe a little bit. Oh, he got into 4th gear. Zorlin's still stuck in 3rd, so that's going to be an advantage in draft. Same for Brahmer in 3rd, Sekuli 4th, Marty Johnson 5th, Sky Commons, Eli Bright, Benjamin Ice, Andrew Rich, and Casey Nanako. That's the top 10, and you can just see Braxton's getting so much draft right now off the 00. At least I think he is. Let's see, 170. Oh, yeah. Braxton's gaining on the 00. The real question will be is if he has enough time or not. They'll be coming to the white flag here at a turn 3. We'll see what the differential is there. Commons up to 5th. And yes, indeed. So 3/10 gained for Braxton. But not sure if he's got enough time. It looks like the Chevy streak in Heat 1 is over. Unless something catastrophic occurs to the 00. 175 right there, 180 for Braxton. Just not enough time for the 7 to catch the 00. This just shows you that if you don't get it in 4th gear as the race leader, you will be caught. But regardless, coming out of turn 3, Jonathan Zorlin will capture his 2nd heat win of the season as he wins his heat here at Pocono. So you can see Braxton gained another 3/10 and was likely really going to be in draft range the next time by. And Jagger will barely hold on to 20th, so missing out on Pocono will be Sane Beckett, Bacco Magora. For the 2nd race in a row, Brian Tremblay and Martin Wild. So that's it here for heat number 1, and I will see you all for heat number 2. Welcome back to Pocono Raceway. We're getting ready for heat number 2. The clouds have come in, the lap times have increased, and on the front row is a pair of RCR drivers, Dylan Young and Audra Baranauskas. As you know, Young has won twice on the season. He's also got a heat win to his name. Audra Baranauskas got her first heat race win last week at Nazareth. However, only Dylan Young has graced the pole position. So we'll see if either of these drivers gets to win the heat race and maybe win the coin flip. They'll get that toss against Jonathan Zorlin, who won heat race number 1. Starting in row 2 is RJ Bishop and Enzo Nareza. Row 3, Cement Oskin, who missed Nazareth, and Nico Tringali. Row 4 is Dale Lightning and Edwin Mendez. And in row 5 is Corey Riggs and 2-time winner on the season now, Matthew Logan. And here's the rest of your starting lineup as we get ready for the command to fire engines.
All right, well, the fun doesn't start until we ask our drivers a question. Are you ready? Drivers, will you please start your engine?
What are you doing, buddy?
Everybody's rolling. We had no mechanical problems. I went back and looked at what happened to Martin Wild. He was going to turn into his stall, and Quinton Moore was turning in for his, and Moore just ran him over, pushed him past his pit stall, and Wild could not back up. So a tough break for the 76 car. Hopefully his teammate in the 35 is not as unlucky as he was, as Dale Lightning has made it 3 wide and is already gaining a ton of positions. Let's see them blaze by here on the long stretch. And remember, we talked about at the end of the heat and the Heat 1 how important it is once you get singled out and you come out of your pit stop, you want to get the 4th gear if you're the race leader. Otherwise, that pack will catch you, and if they're close to you, they will catch you really fast. Braxton didn't have draft, but he still was closing in 3/10 a lap. Imagine having draft 4th gear to a car in front of you having only getting up the 3rd gear. It would be costly. So Dylan Young leads right now. Lightning has made it up to 3rd already. And also on the move is Alan Cavagnaro. He makes it 3 wide. He's moving up to 5th. We keep talking about it every day that we come to a track. Toyota has not won a heat race, nor have they graced a main race victory lane, because they could do that. They could not win a heat, but win a main event. And they have just not been able to do that. And Cavagnaro looks like he has a fast car. He and Lightning might go at it here. This heat has always seemed to show us more competitive racing in terms of the whole field instead of just one car. Right now, points leader Dylan Young leads. Lightning's trying to clear Baran-Oscus. It looks like he's got her, and he's going faster than her too. So he should get her here into the corner. Here comes Cavagnaro. Oh man, he just blows the doors off of her. It's going to be the 5 or the 18 here unless something dramatic ensues. Now they do have the danger of having pit stalls in the middle of the field because Cavagnaro started 11th. So that could be a challenge unless he gets into his stall first. Lightning, I believe, started 7th, and Young started on the pole. So these are your top 3, and they look pretty evenly matched right now. Except for those lap times, a 53.0, a 53.3, and a 53.5. Now that shows a different story. Meanwhile, RJ Bishop's looking for 4th, and how about Corey Riggs running in 6th place? And they're going to fall in line. Meanwhile, up front, battle for the top spot. Dale Lightning all over the quarter panel. Rear bumper of Dylan Young. Right now, your bottom 4. Lucas Catano, Wyatt Anderson, Zoe Fernandez, and Chris Wheeler. Wow, if Fernandez misses, that would be her 2nd race on the season, I believe. Yes, indeed, it would be the 2nd time she misses a race. And Go Green Racing wouldn't have either of their 2 drivers in the field. Now we saw everyone come down the pit road on lap 7 in Heat 1. I'm curious if we'll see any different strategy here from Heat 2. See Lightning all over the bumper. Cavagnaro close, but not close enough to make a move. Does Lightning attempt to pass? He's peeking again, but he doesn't do anything with it. Cavagnaro getting that draft. Baran-Oscus solidly in 4th. How about Enzo Nereza, another Toyota? He's up to 6th now, looking for 5th. Talked about Matthew Logan getting that 2nd win last week. He's looking to chop down Dylan Young's points lead. Corey Riggs will pass RJ Bishop. So there's the 9 on the outside line. And wow, it looks like Cavagnaro got enough of a run to make a move on Dale Lightning as we hit the halfway mark in heat number 2. This is going to help Baran-Oscus catch up, and wow, she really tried to break it into the corner. That's going to help her get to the inside of Lightning as Cavi moves up into 2nd place. And Cavi's teammate Nereza is up to 5th. So these Toyotas, it looks like they've got some strong race cars. See, Cavi's time is 1st by a clear margin, and Nereza's sitting there in 3rd. Ooh, and Baran-Oscus is blocking the heck out of Nereza right now. Oh, there's some different strategy occurring here in heat number 2. Dylan Young and some others are pitting a lap early. Nereza and Cavagnaro will stay out. Does anyone else go with them? Ellison, Baker, Watson, and Catano. So 6 cars stay out. Young will lead down Lightning and teammate Audra Baranowskis at the front of the field. And we'll see what the strategy here is. Now these guys are going to go 4 laps while the others go 3. Do you have to take any more fuel? And do you put on left sides too? Everyone took right sides only in heat number 1. Now it doesn't look like anyone's going to get their stall obstructed here. And it's rights only for the whole field here. Young's got that first stall. That's going to let him fly out of pit road. Lightning pretty close behind. But now we'll see what Cavi can do. Is this the right strategy call for him and Toyota? They do have a pretty empty pit road. Was this the move to make to win the heat? It should be around the same pit stop time-wise. And everyone's taking right sides only, so we'll see what this does. You see Cavagnaro, 11th stall on pit road. See how long it takes. Right sides down. There's Dylan Young. He's out of pit road. Where does Dylan Young come out with him? Oh, and Cavagnaro is in front of the 2. But for how long? Areza will come out 4th. Here comes Dylan Young with a head of steam. But remember, he's got 1 lap on his right sides. Big thing right here is Young's in 4th gear. Cavagnaro is not. The right sides aren't heated up for Cavi either. Here comes Young. Now he'll fly by into 3. Does Cavi get down in time? Because if Lightning passes you, you're done. Lightning's making a move on the inside of the 18. 2 laps to go in heat number 2. There's 4th gear for Cavagnaro. Now did he lose too much time waiting for those tires to heat up? That's going to be the real question here. Otherwise, Dylan Young's looking at heat win number 2. Let's go to the back of the field. Alexander Rowe, Chris Wheeler, clearly here at the back. Zoe Fernandez and Wyatt Anderson. And it doesn't look like Anderson's going to challenge Jackson King. So it's going to take someone with a failure to have him miss this race. Areza in 5th. There's Baranowskis, and you can just see Cavi's got no time to close. White flags in the air for Dylan Young. Dale Lightning closing in from behind. Does he have anything to say about this heat? You can just see pitting second time by gave him the lead, but the tires took too long to heat up for Cavagnaro. Pitting on the same lap would probably have been a better move. But who's going to win this heat? It's down to the 2 and the 5. No matter who wins, it's going to be a 2-time heat winner on the season. One last chance for Lightning. Through turn 3. What turn 4? There's no turn 4 here. And winning heat number 2 will be the 2 car of Dylan Young. So great effort by Cavagnaro and Toyota. But the bad strategy, I mean, they had the car. So this is going to hurt just a little bit. And now Cavagnaro will have to see where he qualifies for the race itself. Officially missing the event will be Wyatt Anderson, Zoe Fernandez, Alexander Rowe, and Chris Wheeler. With that, I will see you for 50 laps of Pocono here in 2 hours.